Hello! Okay, this is a Hymer B544. It's a 2001 model, so it's relatively new. We lived in a 1993 B544 for a couple of years, travelling around Europe and North Africa. If you have a look on ourtour.co.uk, it goes through all that stuff. Had a fantastic time. Came back, did some work, and now we've upgraded to a slightly newer model. This one's only got 49,000 miles on it. It's got a full service history, so it's got plenty of life in it. And I'm just going to give you a quick run round. There's another video that goes around the outside of the van. Just do this one on the inside. So I'll probably start at the front, makes sense. Okay, so you can kind of get a feel for the layout. It's got two benches on either side. 544s don't always look like this. The one we had before, we had a bench across there, one across here, and then a dinette table in the middle. So this one's a little bit different. Having a couple of benches is useful from the sense that you can stretch both of you out. We're only a couple, we haven't got any kids. Easy Charlie. It's exciting, isn't it? It is exciting. And so we don't need to make a big bed up down here. We'll use the bed that's above the cab that I'll just show you in a minute. So this bench here pulls out a bit, comes out probably another, I don't know, half a foot, something like that, so you can make that into a bed. But this one you can't pull out, so you could sleep on it as it is, but it's a little bit narrow for that. So if we go to the front, and I'll just drop down, just clicking down here, just drop the seat down, drop that seat down, there we go. And then on this one, I can do this seat belt up here. Oops, putting the camera in the right place. I haven't actually done this one before, it's slightly funny. And you just pull it down. Down it comes. And there you go. So that's a double bed. We're both about 5'10", and we fit in that okay. We slept in that for a couple of years, like I said, and we were absolutely fine. It's nice and comfortable. It's quite low down from the ceiling, which Stu likes. I'm not too bothered with the ones or over cab ones, but Stu prefers this one. And one of the plus things is all the bedding is on it, so it's very quick to make up. As you see, it only takes a couple of minutes. It's quite quick to pop it back up again. And also you don't need to store the bedding anywhere, so all the space underneath the cupboards, the benches even, is left free. Okie dokie. Right, what have we got here? We've got a light on this one. Right, just bear with me. I'll just put it back into lifting it back up. Yeah, this one's actually, that was remarkably easy. The one we had before, I'll clip that back up later. I think the struts on it weren't very good. I think it's getting a bit old, and so it's quite hard to put up. So it comes with a little ladder that goes down there that hooks onto the side of it. Excuse me, I'll get breath back. Which we don't carry because we just like climb onto the side here and just climb in. So that is the bed. Let's just have a look at the cab. So I'll just pull the seat back. Just do this one as well. Bear with me a second. Go sideways. Right. So you see, one of the things about these vans is that being an A-class, it's full width of the cab, so it's quite wide. You get these sort of cupboards on the side that you wouldn't get if it was just a sort of C-class van that's still using the original cab. So you get lots of room, and let me just sort of sit in the driver's seat and get an idea for what it's like to drive. So sat here, the windscreen just at first feels absolutely cavernous, so it goes all the way across and over there, and that side of the van feels like it's the other side of the motorway to start with. You soon get used to it. There's a little trick that I use, which is, as I'm driving along, I keep this where this wiper blade mounts, keep that in line with the white line on this side, then I'm probably about over as far as I need to be over there. And then with this one, it's got a central point between the wipers. I keep that in line with the white line over that side, then I'm about on the right side there. So that's very useful, especially with it being left-hand drive in the UK. So that's useful for not drifting across. Let's have a quick look round. So previous owners have put in a 12-volt extender, which is useful. So we've got a couple of extra 12-volt sockets. They've put in a couple of levels, so when you park up, you can get a feel for whether you're level that way and that way. If you're on a bit of a wonk, in these directions, then you'll start to notice it as you're walking around the van. It's a little bit uncomfortable. That's the reversing camera. It did have at some point some reversing sensors as well, proximity sensors, but I don't think they work anymore. And again, I just get Ju leaps out and she tells me with big hand signals how far I am from things. I've not hit very much. Hit a few things, not much. And then we've got a temperature gauge as well. It's got an external temperature sensor in here. Driving it's fairly bog standard really. I think it's got a 5-speed gearbox. It's on a Fiat chassis, this one, and they've got a sort of poor reputation for 5th gear going, but I've not had a problem with that so far with the previous one, and this one feels absolutely fine when I've been driving it, so that's all good. It's got power steering. It's a clever little invention here for the to stop the seatbelt going all the way back, so the previous owners put that on, so you can just hook it onto there as you're setting off. And it's also got blinds, so these are all the way round. Catching on there. So they just pull across and then attach over there. It's got blinds all the way around, all the windows on this, which are pretty useful. Passenger side, it's not that much to see. You've got these cupboards on the side, there's a fair bit of storage in there. That unit has got in the charge manager unit for the batteries. So there's leisure batteries underneath the seats here. Pop you down, down you go. You can see there's one, and there's another one underneath my seat, and there's an inverter under there at the moment, just a free mounted inverter. So the other thing with these seats is that they swivel around, so there's a little control down here that you can pull up, and this seat swivels all the way around. This one just swivels 90 degrees, so you're kind of looking that way, which is not sort of massively useful, but that one faces all the way back into the living area, which is fantastic. Okay, right, jumping up. What we've got is there's quite a small table in this one at the moment, and we're not sure how we're going to get on with 2 of us in that table. So what we might do is get a new pedestal with a sliding table that's a bit bigger on the top, that will slide backwards and forwards and up and down and spin around and all that sort of good stuff. We'll see how we get on with it. Both the seats are completely empty underneath for storage. The other video shows the storage underneath this one, so you can get lots of stuff underneath there. You also got all of these, let's wait for it to catch up on the light, all these cabinets for storage. So you've got a bunch of those with shelves in, and then they've got these clever little catches that stop them opening as you're driving along, which is good. So there's 4 over there, there's 2 big ones over here. This one's got a TV unit in it, so we probably won't use any of that stuff, but we'll see. So it's got a satellite dish on the roof. All relies on 230 volts, which if you're free camping, which we tend to do quite a bit, you won't have that, and that's a 230 volt TV as well, so I won't tend to be using that too much. It's carpeted, this one. The previous owners refitted the carpet, and which is quite nice, and we like the carpet. Previous one we didn't have the carpet down, especially because we've got the furry one here, we took it up so it's easier to clean out, so we might do that in this one. We're not sure at the moment. So access to the grey and freshwater tanks, I think the panels underneath the floor, I think, so you can get at them, although you shouldn't need to get at them most of the time. Okay, we've got a bit of a pole dancing pole. We don't know why they've really got this, but it's got some, you can store some stuff on there. So they had the tea and coffee caddy on there, some worktop for food preparation, and a bit more worktop over here. So you can see with this one, this is one of the later things they did. Our previous van didn't have this. You've got, there's actually 2 sinks, and then you've got these units that fit in the top, so you've got some space for food preparation, and you can just work them out when you're wanting to use the sink. There's a pump in these, by the way, so all the water's pumped out. There's also a water heater, so you've basically got hot and cold flowing water. Even when you're off grid, you've got that. The water's heated through gas. And then cooking, what we got for a cooker is this puppy. So we've got 3 hobs here. And this is a new thing that has come in that we didn't have on the previous van, is that it's got a drainage point, so you can wash this down and the water will just drain out into the grey water tank, which is fab. So that's a gas hob. We haven't got a grill or an oven, but we were absolutely fine without them for a couple of years, so it should be fine again. This is a bit of fun. So there's the control unit. So we've got on the left hand side is the status of the battery. So if you click up there, you can see that that's the driving battery, that's the status of the leisure batteries, so they're both good. Alarm if you've got low battery. Status of the fresh and wastewater tanks, both empty. Then you've got a light, and you can turn whether you've got your hookup switched on, and you can turn the 12 volt system off from here if you want for the whole van. This one's got a solar panel, so this is a monitoring unit for the panel. You can see it's putting in 0.2, 0.3 of an amp at the moment, and the battery status about 13.7 volts. So it's charging up. Okie dokie, right, so what else have we got? Come back down here. We've got the fridge. So this is fairly standard for these motorhome, just got a 3-way fridge. So it's 12 volt when you're driving along. On the battery, if you've got 230 volt hookup, it will run off that. And if you're just free camping when you're parked up, you can use gas. We've got quite a long time on the gas system. It's got a couple of clips that hold the door shut, so just undo those clips, crack it open. Anything in there at the moment, but you get an idea of the size of it. This one's a bit bigger than the one that we had in the older van, the 1993 one. So the freezer unit's probably about twice as big as the one we had before. It was only about that sort of size before. So we're looking forward to using that. Lots of stuff frozen. So there's your fridge. Clips back on. Then you've got, you have these little catchers, by the way. Just show you these little catchers. So you press them in, and then that unlocks the van, the door even, and the isolator units for your gas. There's all your cutlery in there. Just pop that back in, and then just press it back in, and then it's lock the door. Charlie's lying right in the way for me to show you the bits below. Are you going to move, little fella? No, he's not. Okay, it's not that interesting, but there's a bit more storage underneath there. And then the old bathroom. It's always fascinating, this bit. Come on then, little fella, you're going to have to move a bit. Come on, little man, come on. Okay, I'll squeeze in. Right, so what we got, and we've found this absolutely fine, by the way, for 2 years we've lived with this. It takes a little bit of getting used to, probably about a day for us, but not very long. There's a chemical loo, and it's in a wet room. So for this one, there is actually a divider between the loo and the floor of this one. So I'll just go inside if I can squeeze in, because Charlie's not moving. Oh, you little swine. Right. So what you've got is a catch here, which means brings this down, put that out of the way, and a door comes across. Oh, very nice. Door goes across there, and then on the inside is another door. I won't actually do it, but it unclips and that folds in there, and then you end up with a separate little shower room. So if you just come back round again, this comes out of the tap, like focusing, and it comes up and it pops in up there, and voila, you've got a shower. So it's again, it's got a water pump in here, so you get hot and cold water, so you can, even if you're off grid, you're not hooked up to electricity. Just close that back up again. You can still have a shower. Yeah, we won't go into the intricacies of the toilet for another day. Just try and squeeze back out again. Oh, Charlie. Thank you very much. The Team Zagan team. Not exactly working together, were we, eh? Okay. Right, wardrobe. Let's just grab that open. We've got in there, it's got some water in there at the moment. So you can see, I'll come down here, you've got some sort of shelves there, so for us we'll put our shoes on there. And then you've got quite a big square space. At the moment it's got a hanging rail on it. We won't be hanging many clothes up, not planning on ironing any shirts for a while. So going to fit that out with some more shelves. And then if I just lift this out of the way, and lift this up, that is the water and air heater in there, and there's the isolator for the 230 volts. So that's where your water, your hot water, gets generated and stored. Come in, close that down and close that off, and I think that's it. So what we've done the driving, sleeping, living area, fridge, freezer, cooker, washing, shower, toilet, more storage up there. Had a look at the power control unit. It's got a few vents in it, so there's one there, one in the bathroom, got a nice one up here, big one. This is a nice feature that you can just pull across the fly screen. Again, we didn't have that in the old one, so really liking that. I think that's it, so hopefully that's given you a bit of a flavour. And that's the Hymer B544 2001 model. Thank you very much, bye!